And it takes an enormous amount of strength and courage and willingness and action
and
to
self-love.
do this. And yes, absolutely.
Because it's easier to just patch things out and kind of like do things as everybody else does, because you feel sometimes like you don't fit in. And the greatest power I have discovered, the greatest power I have discovered within myself is that I don't need to fit in. And it feels really good to not have that desire or that uncomfortable place where you're like, I'm not doing this as everyone else is doing. But then you find your own way of doing things, supported by this beautiful community of people who have dedicated their lives to figuring out a more loving, a more, gentle way of doing this. That in all the kids I know who've had parents who really took the time, or continuously take the time, as we said, it doesn't stop, to be that kind of parent, those kids are graciously amazing. I have to say, they are amazing. And that's the transformative power of that. And those kids knew exactly what they were getting into. They are also ready. And I think all kids are, because they're so connected. Never too late. Oh, my kid is 25 years old. It's still your kid. And that relationship, it's an ongoing force. And use that to your benefit and to the benefit of the world, because I think people have forgotten that. Everything we do as an individual has a ripple effect around us. And we need to stay in this position of this open heart, of this open space for grace to come through. And you can only do that if you're connected to your heart. And I want people to realize that, and to take a pause and decide that from now on they can do things differently. And it'll take tweaking and working.
It's practice.
It's practice. And you'll say things and do things and you go, oh man, that's okay. And you can't rewind, but there's always an opportunity that it's given, especially if you really want something to change. It's that story of like, oh God, give me patience, and then more opportunities for you to develop patience will come. It's not that all of a sudden you're like, oh.
Right, because the minute you get there, it's just, if you look at the developmental stages of a child, the minute you get to one stage, all of a sudden there's a new stage right around the corner, and you're like, okay, well I thought I had that, oops,
got that figured out,
exactly, and that's really wonderful. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Flexibility is a great, it's a great tool for parenting.
Drop the perfection myth.
Yes.
Drop the myths that somebody else knows more about your child than you do.
Yes.
Nurture that connection so you are the expert with your child in that relationship. You both become the expert, and you're working together towards this open space. It's not perfect, because this life is not supposed to be perfect. No one is perfect, and that relationship's not perfect, but come into this place of agreement that you're both becoming more of the best part of you can only yield great things.
Yes, I agree, and the one caveat that I want to say is that when you grow an empowered child, it's your opportunity to be an empowered parent, and also to be prepared. Because when you grow an empowered child, they are going to show you that they are empowered. And that's when you have the opportunity to just
do it too.
Okay. Don't take it personally. And just be like, this is what I wanted.
Yes. And be grateful that that's yielding.
And depending. I mean, I'm for the sake of this dialogue, I mean, there's certainly limits and respect and all that. So,
and I think that it's a lot of what some people don't understand about this kind of parenting, which I don't like to just say it's one kind. I feel like we get from many different sources: compassionate parenting, attachment parenting, like different people who have looked at this and spoke so many beautiful things. And you can tap into all those things, bring into your world, see how things work for you, and navigate that with those tools.
Yes, absolutely. That that is an empowered parent.
Yes.
Because that is giving you the opportunity to choose what's right for your family,
Yes.
what's right for your child, and to support your child in being who they are here to be, rather than who a parent wants their child to be. That's the greatest gift we can give our child.
Yes.
As well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any last words of wisdom?
You can find me.
Yes.
You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Mama Wendy Silvers. You can go to Million Mamas, MAMAS movement.org. And I have blogs on there. My wendysilvers.com site is actually, as we speak, is under construction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my words of wisdom are, be good to yourself so that you can be good to others, and really have a place of gentleness and mindfulness for yourself, because you cannot give to another what you cannot accept about yourself. So if I'm hard on myself, and I have been notoriously hard on myself, which is why I teach and study compassion, then I'm going to be hard on other people, including my child, at a certain point.
Yes.
And so the invitation is, give yourself the luxury of being all that you can be, and being the parent you would like to have had.
Yes. Yes.
And recognize that little being that chose you to be its parent, that you chose to be its parent as well, it has so many blessings. They have so many blessings. And to really honor the beauty and the wonder of this path called parenting.
Can't say it better than that. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. See you next time.